Lesson is about the method that we're teaching about how to influence people, the best practice method used in relationship network deep canvassing. The method is called the REACH method. It's an acronym that stands for reflect, inquire, agree, challenge, and harmonize. And I'll explain it briefly. Reflect means calm yourself down so you can have a good conversation using these approaches to conversation that are counterintuitive and that are based on compassion and that are different than what we're used to doing. There's the inquire step, which means asking questions, experience-based questions to get the other person to tell you some stories about why they are non-voters, or at least non-committed voters. Then there's the agree step, where you're going to use storytelling to try to convey to the person, I don't think you're completely crazy. I understand where you're coming from. We can still talk about this. Basically, in that step, your goal is to try to convey, even though I disagree with you about voting, I understand where you're coming from. Then there's the challenge step, where you use stories to try to convey to them why you think voting is really important. And you're beginning to issue an invitation to them to do the same. And then there's the harmonize step, where you can not only close off the conversation, but before that, you try to invite them to join you in voting. Now, we're going to have lessons on each of those. Now, let me just say a little bit about how you would confirm you're talking to a high priority person, because all these lessons presume you're talking to a high priority person. A high priority person is a person who's gettable, and they're gettable because, in this particular case, they are left-leaning if they do vote, but they're not sure that they want to vote. So your goal is to get them to vote because you're confident they'll vote the way you want them to vote. How do you determine that? You basically ask them two questions. You say, how likely are you to vote? Anywhere from unlikely to so-so to probably. And then how likely are you to vote for a progressive candidate or progressive issues? Either unlikely, unclear, or likely. The purpose of these lessons is to teach you how to influence people who are likely to vote left if they vote, but may or may not vote. So the presumption is that you have identified a high priority person, and the lessons are based on that. If you like this content, please press the like or subscribe button so the algorithm can get it to more people who need to see it.